Dear Maureen, I am interested in visiting a TGIF meeting. Responding to these emails was one of my favorite tasks as president. And when I think about it, I think it was because it brought back, each and every time I read it, the feelings I had when I sent a similar inquiry. You're nervous, you're excited, there's potential. Will I fit in? I don't know, but you send the inquiry and you attend a meeting. And meetings are very important to guests when they come into, when they visit our club. And we are known for being very efficient with our meetings. We start on time, we end on time. People have their roles. That is something that TGIF does very well. And in order to make things look so effortless, we all know if things look effortless that it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to make that happen. We have an officer team that helps us accomplish that. So today I'm going to talk about our officer team, and in my opinion they're in two categories. There's the group that's visible, that we see all the time, and then there's the other part of the group that aren't so visible, that are behind the scenes. So I'm going to talk about them and also what their roles and responsibilities are. We have 9 officers. That's a third of our club. It takes a third of our club to make this run efficiently. And each one of the officers have perfect decorum in everything that we do. First, I'm going to talk about the visible officers. There's 3 that are really kind of the most visible. The first one is VP of Membership. Our VP of Membership is Mark Maish. Mark is the heart of our club. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. He is the heart. And he is the heart because he talks to people when they decide to join the club. He fills out paperwork, but his warm demeanor helps people instantly feel welcome and excited about their prospect of being part of our club. The next officer we see quite a bit, well, we see every week, is Russ. And Russ is the face of our club. As president, we see him every week. He opens the meetings, he closes the meetings, he talks about business, best practices, and keeps us running efficiently. So if Mark is the heart and Russ is the face, our secretary, Michael Langford, is the voice of our club. Oops, sorry, David. Michael Langford. It's not a blue shirt, sorry. Michael, I apologize. I need to walk all the way down here since I did it. It's Michael Langford. And Michael, he is the voice of our club. La 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 la. Michael sends out meeting minutes and keeps us informed, and even if you weren't able to join the meeting, you feel like you were here because of his notes. Those are the 3 most visible, and that's about a third of our officer team. But 2/3 you don't necessarily see all the time and know exactly what they do. The first in that group is Sergeant of Arms. And Sergeant of Arms is a very important job, as I think people found out this morning. Sergeant of Arms is so important, in fact, it takes 2 people. David is one of them, and Richard Brewer is the other. But what they do is they make sure our room's set up. They make sure we have voting pads and the flags are out, all the stuff up front, so they get here early before everybody else can set up the room. They make sure the meetings get off to a good start. They also stay late and clean up the room and make sure everything gets put away. Another officer is education, and that is Brad Plum here in the corner. Now, Brad's job is to keep us on track for our certifications, whether it's competent communicator, competent leader, or any of the advanced manuals. And I have to say, probably the best part of Brad's job is when people do get certifications, he gets to give people their awards. That's a very fun part of that job. Every club that's run successfully has a budget and needs to stay within that budget. And Tom Phillips is our treasurer. So Tom, not only is he good financially, but he's an engineer in his day job. So what that means is he keeps us as officers very organized. I've heard him say on 2 occasions the words flash drive. I am so excited about the potential of what that can do for us. The VP of Public Relations is Karen Sylvester. Now Karen, little did we know when Karen agreed to be VP of PR what changing our brand was going to do to that position. TGIF upgraded their brand in August, and what that means is we have to redo our whole website. So Karen is learning how to do that and getting us up to standards with the new TGIF branding. But she also gets to do fun things like plan parties, and she planned one in August. We had a pool party in August, so she has some fun tasks to her job too. There's one role that is specific to TGIF only. It's not a Toastmasters International, it's a TGIF only, and that's videographer. And that's Jessie right there behind the camera. And thanks to Jessie, you each have a video on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Send it to your family, send it to your friends. Enjoy your time in the spotlight. And the last role is past president, and that's my role. And what do? I just do whatever Russ tells me. But it takes more than just officers to be part of this club. Every person in this room has an impact on what happens. We encourage each other, we give each other advice, we support each other, and we make guests feel welcome. And when a guest leaves our club and they go home and start thinking about their experience with our club, I guarantee what they think about is how they felt when they left the club. Now that, my friends, is our strength. They are warmly greeted. We always have 2 greeters at the front door, but normally there's 3, 4, 5, 6, because we all love to greet people when they come in. They've spoken to Mark, they've spoken to Russ, they've spoken to each one of you, or most of you more than likely. You go up and introduce yourself, make people feel welcome, show them a seat, and make sure that they know what's going on with the meeting. The majority of the time after someone has attended one of our meetings, I receive an email. Dear Maureen, I want to join TGIF Toastmasters. Now that is my favorite part of the whole thing. And that is the time when a person decides that they're going to bring TGIF into their own lives. And we in turn will be we will be part of their lives too as we interact with each other. And we join Toastmasters mainly for professional enhancements and to enhance our professional skills, but we walk away with a lot of personal relationships and benefits out of the club. So I want to thank each and every one of you. You all have amazing gifts that you offer us, and I truly, and I say this with a true heart, I truly treasure each one of you and what you offer the club. I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite moments of being president. It was February, it was an acquainting session, and because it was February, the topic was your favorite president. And we went throughout the room, and it was Washington, Lincoln, Kennedy, and presidents that you would think people would mention, but only one person, my friend, John Ruck, said, he had the forethought to say, my favorite president is you, Maureen Foster. And I thought, wow, and 2 thoughts immediately came to mind. The first one was, wow, he's really quick on brown nosing. I am very impressed with that. And the second thing I thought of is, being president rocks. Thank you.